global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them. Crises precipitate change.
Secretly plotting your demise. I want to devise a virus.
Hello everyone, Darko 2012 here with Global Government News, and I'm covering an article that came out late February 18th, 2010, the same day that the individual from Texas flew pretty much a Cessna plane into Joe Stack flew his small plane into a pretty much federal building that had FBI, CIA, and the IRS in it. And I guess there was some latest information that came out later on that day. And so here I am. I'm going to report on this. And let's just kind of get into it. It says a trusted source has told this office that the FBI knew Austin was going to be attacked today and had dispatched officers from its Dallas headquarters yesterday afternoon to be in place for today's incident. The source claims that a confidential memo was circulated yesterday detailing that a building in Austin was going to be the target of an attack today. He was told this by an informant who works in the Dallas FBI office. 4 FBI agents hurriedly left the Dallas office yesterday to be ready and on the scene for the aftermath of the incident, according to the informant, who was shaken when he saw events unfolding today and put 2 and 2 together. We cannot confirm the accuracy of the claim, but the source is known to us and has no motivation for inventing the story. So, as of right now, this is going off a trusted source of this site, prisonplanet.com and infowars.com. So we pretty much have to just go off this. So it's not 100% sure right now. But it says the fact that pilot Joe Stack changed his manifesto at least 27 times before the final version suggests that he had been writing it for days, and this could have been what tipped off the FBI in the build-up to this attack. And yeah, that was some later news that came out that he had changed it 27 times. The claim dovetails with reports we are receiving from Austin residents that the FBI were immediately on the scene after the plane crash and were filming both the building and eyewitnesses. A separate witness told KXAN News that there was a hazmat team or hazmat teams and fire trucks in place across the street before the plane struck the building. So,
is there anything else that you would like to say after seeing this morning?
I guess, sorry, the one thing I would like to say is that I know the fire department got here real fast because they actually had an engine sitting over there that just happened to be doing something with hazmat. So they were over here like right away. Wow. So I guess that's the one good thing.
Yeah. Well, Megan, thank you so much again.
So yeah, there is a lot of weird things that are already coming to the surface with this story, such as the F-16s that were dispatched after the crash. So that's another thing. And it says at 2:55, the girl says that hazmat teams and fire trucks were in place across the street before the building was hit by the plane. A very lucky coincidence indeed. It then goes on to say InfoWars reporters who spoke to neighbors at Stack's house, which had burned down before crashing the plane, expressed surprise at how quick emergency services responded to the fire. One neighbor, named Albert, said the emergency crews arrived 5 minutes after he made the 911 call. Whether the attack was the work of a lone individual or part of a larger setup, the aftermath is being exploited to the full by the corporate media and people like Glenn Beck, who are blaming the incident on constitutionalists and the Liberty Movement, implying that anyone who shares any of the grievances outlined in Stack's lengthy manifesto are also intent on crashing planes into buildings. It says, well, I just wanted to comment on that. because there's a lot of stuff going on as far as the comments that I've been getting off the previous two videos that I've uploaded today, and I pretty much said my piece as far as this whole thing goes. Whether it is something that's just was carried out by this individual that he just had some definitely, he feels a lot. He feels the same way that most Americans feel as far as not so much hostility, but just the consensus, the how everybody feels in America about the federal government and its expanding power, and the police state and everything that else that goes along with it, including the wars that are going on, the torturing, and everything else. So, I mean, I definitely agree with this person and his views, but as far as what he, if he would have done this by himself and it was not something that was kind of either directly or indirectly allowed by the FBI or the federal government, much like 9/11, which most of us are kind of aware of. You know, I'm finding right now that this is an issue that is even going to divide conservatives and people that have the same kind of passion and feelings right now that we're all feeling. And I guess the only thing that I want to say about this whole thing is that they're waiting for us to do something like this. And they're not just waiting for conservatives or quote right-wing extremists, right? Or anybody that's liberty-minded. They're not just waiting for something to happen, right? For the quote shit to hit the fan. They go out on a limb to do it prematurely before the quote revolution even takes place, before it even kicks off. They want to make sure that they have everything set up so that they can demonize us even more than what they already have with the teabagging and the stuff with the Marvel comics and calling us racist and that. I mean, this is just a next step. This is a next level. And so as far as supporting this person, if he did do it, and it had no ties, and the FBI and the federal government knew nothing about this, and it was nothing like 9/11. I just say, all I can say is that I think the best thing is just to wait for when the time is right, because I think honestly it hurts the movement, because if the stuff like that happens, like this happens prematurely, all it does is it puts the spotlight on all, just most of us are just normal people that want the government out of our lives, and all this is going to do is make it worse for us. So you can call me, I've had people call me a traitor already today and said that I should die and whatnot. So I guess this is what I'm stating right now in here in this time in this day, is that I don't condone what he did at this time. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that I am a patriot, I am a veteran, I am an ex-Marine, and I am a constitutionalist. But there's sometimes when you're not going to end violence with violence. And I think this is the case. And I think that the time for locking and loading and doing what we need to do will take place when it should take place, when the time is right. But I don't think we need to give these assholes any more excuse than they already. Not that they already have an excuse, but I'm just saying I don't think we need to give them any excuses, because they're already going to be provocateuring and demonizing the right, because they know that the conservatives are pissed, and that this next election, the big government, liberals or Democrats or fascists, whatever, they know that they're not getting into office, and it is going to be a landslide. And yeah. So with that being said, I'm just going to finish up here, and it says, of course, the previous staged terror attack, the Christmas Day underwear bomber incident, was proven to be a setup, and authorities repeatedly had to change their cover story after the eyewitness, Kurt Haskell, who was initially derided by the media, was eventually proven right in the fact that the bomber was allowed to board Flight 253. So authorities were similarly prepared in advance of 9/11. So there you go. And just like the underwear bomber, the evidence will just come spilling out, guys. So thank you.